Welcome back. Bruce Porter joins us now for this week's Dollars and Cents. Good to see you.
Welcome home.
Thank you. It's good to be home.
Yeah,
Great trip, though. Great trip.
Absolutely. That's fun.
Yeah, you didn't teach me how to put money back so I can ensure that I get to travel like everywhere all the time.
That's
You can
the
do that,
key.
right?
I can do that.
That is the key. And part of it is retirement and planning ahead, because there are a lot of people who do have that in mind. They want to retire. They don't want to work every single day of their lives. They want to see the world. Okay, you're going to talk a little bit about that. There are four bases, four pillars to be able to do these things that we want to do.
Absolutely. A lot of times people will come in and they'll say, where do we start? What do we do first? Well, I've kind of broken it down over the years. There's four bases for wealth management. And wealth management can be at any level. Wealthy to some people might not be wealthy to others.
Right.
But wealthy means doing what you want after you've quit work and you're ready to retire, being able to travel, do whatever you affordably can do.
Without having to report to work every day, unless you just want to.
Absolutely. So there's four categories that we're going to look at. Retirement income, and we've talked a lot about sustainable income, something to supplement your pension or your Social Security that gives you that extra boost to be able to retire comfortably and do what you want. Well, we're talking income you can outlive, income that goes into your checking account just like your Social Security every month.
Yes.
That is very important, and you don't want to have to adjust your lifestyle simply because something happened in the market. These funds are beyond that.
Okay.
We're not as concerned about growth as we are that regular check that comes in every month.
What are some vehicles to get that in your checking
Lots
account?
of different vehicles that we can do that with. Establishing which one is going to work the best falls under the next category, the investment side. So when we look at investing, it's finding the vehicle that's going to accomplish what you want. Now, the things that we want to focus on creating a stress-free retirement are low volatility and consistent returns. It's kind of a common sense approach. If I'm retired, I'm too old to start all over, I want to make sure I keep it fairly safe and I have consistent returns that'll continue to create my consistency of income.
That way you don't have to worry about it.
It all kind of makes sense.
Okay.
I'm going to give up a little bit of the upside so that I can protect against that downside.
Yes.
All right. Now, the next big category is tax planning. So when we're retired, if we're spending a lot of money and we're taking withdrawals out of our retirement money, the big deal there is taxation. Monitoring the levels of your taxable income so you don't jump into another category just because you took a little excess money out that you really didn't need.
Right.
So we have to manage the availability. Well, we have to manage the amount you pull out compared to what you need or want or desire.
Right, and if you think you can figure that out alone, think again, because you need an expert who knows the rules here.
Well, it's hard to do, so you have to manage it by knowing those rules. So if you know the rules, you're not going to waste a lot of money on taxation. Now, converting to tax-free type vehicles, that's a conversation for another day.
Okay.
But just understanding the withdrawal rules is very, very, very important. The last category is estate planning, making sure you've got a plan for distribution at death. Avoiding probate is a key, but probably the most important thing is keeping the transaction private to where not everybody can just go in and look and see what you were worth and how you distributed your money and things like that. Probate's a very public thing.
Yes.
So we want to try to avoid that. Now, when we talk about all of these types of planning, more than not, I get questions that say, where do I start? Who do I talk to? And how much is it going to cost me? So just organizing your thoughts, organizing your information, and then talking to somebody that's not going to charge you to help you organize, that's kind of the key to the whole thing. Then you can take these steps into this type of planning.
Right, so you don't usually pay a fee up front for someone to tell you what you need to do.
No.
If you sign on with someone, you end up paying for it essentially down the road? And ask that person. Don't be afraid to ask that question.
Oh, absolutely. You always want to know, where you're at going in and what you're getting for services and things like that. Estate and planning, things like that, is very expensive. Mm-hmm. So you want to make sure that you have your ducks in a row before you go. Right. Most of the time, estate planning people are not going to recommend anything until they know everything.